We finally got approval for the loan. Foreign banks are ready to give us a $200 million loan. The paperwork would be done in a week. We have to go to Berlin for that. Jungkook nodded as now his face seems a little relaxed. From the past few days, he was so tensed regarding all this, but now finally they got some relief as their loan got approved. It means we can start the river project as soon as possible. They all nodded and it was a good news for everyone, but Jungkook could notice the tension on his secretary's face. What happened, Mr. Kim? Do you have anything else to say? Mr. Kim slightly flinched and looked at him. Actually, there is one more thing and it's not that good. Jungkook could see that something must be very wrong, otherwise Mr. Kim doesn't look tense easily. What's that? Choi Holding is taking their contract back. They don't want to work on this project with us. Jungkook literally got a shock. What? But what happened? We talked about everything already, then why? They found a better partner who is offering them 20% extra of what we are offering. But how can they step back now when almost everything is done? Who is that? It's Spark Industries. What? Secretary Kim nodded and looked at him. Yes, and not only this, but it seems like he's after every businessman we are deciding to work with. We are losing so many contracts because he's offering them more. Jungkook's blood boiled. So now he has decided to play this way. If it didn't stop, it will create problems in future. I think he will decide to interfere in our funding as well. Let him do whatever he wants. He will soon see whom he's messing up with. He then looked at Mr. Kim. Keep your eyes on him and finish the paperwork for a loan as soon as possible. We have to start the project. Secretary Kim nodded while Jungkook walked out of the room. Secretary Kim sighed and sat down. He could understand the tension of Jungkook because what they are thinking become true. They will be ruined soon. Coffee. Jungkook lifted up his face from his laptop to look at you. You put the cup on the table. Thank you. Don't work too late. I'm going to sleep. He didn't say anything, and when you finally looked at him, good night. You were about to leave, but he called your name. Ryan. You turned towards him. Do you need anything else? He got up and came near you while you started to feel more nervous. No, I just want you to sit here and talk to me for some time. I want you to ask me how my day was, what I was doing and how I'm feeling. You looked in his eyes. You could see that he was looking a bit upset. You didn't say much and sat on the couch. You don't want to upset him more. I thought you were doing important work, so I didn't want to disturb. I wish I could say that you're disturbing me. You never give me that chance. Don't know why he was talking this way today, but you could feel that he was a bit upset. I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you are saying. He chuckled slightly. I know we are not that close that you can understand me. It's been 6 months and everything seems to be the same. Jungkook and you got married, not in good situations. You were already engaged and were so excited to marry the love of your life, but you found out that he was cheating on you. You never thought you will ever have to experience that day, but you completely broke down. When your parents find out, they were obviously very sad, but they never liked Jimin. It was your wish that they got agreed to let you marry Jimin, but after they saw his true face, they arranged your marriage with Jungkook because you were going into depression. In these 6 months of marriage, Jungkook fell in love with you so deeply. You became his everything, but he knows that he has no place in your heart. He's still loving you crazily, but it's one sided. You never even let him touch you, and now it's starting to hurt him. Jungkook, I'm sorry, but believe me, I'm trying. He chuckled sadly and nodded. I know you are trying, and I also know that what I was thinking will never be true. You will never going to love me. He came near you and sat beside you. He's already trying to ruin me. I know his intentions, and I'm afraid that I will lose everything. He doesn't care about anything but you. He was afraid that you'll leave him and go to your lover. What are you saying? Who are you talking about? Jimin. Your heart dropped when you heard his name. He's trying very hard to ruin me, but I won't let that happen. I know what he's trying to prove. You looked at him in disbelief. Why would he do anything? He has nothing to do with us, and also he's not like that. Jungkook looked at you in disbelief. How are you saying this with so much confidence? Do you even know what he did? He interfered in my work and paid them more money just to take his revenge from me. You got up. So on this basis you are blaming him? Why would he want to take his revenge from you? You got angry on him because you don't want to hear his name, but Jungkook always bring him in the middle. You're already trying to erase those memories with him. It's painful but necessary because you can't forget what he did with you. Why do you always think that he has bad intentions behind everything? He's doing his work, and if he's offering more money and getting his work done, then why don't you do the same? This time Jungkook couldn't control himself. He didn't able to listen to all this. Now I'm understanding everything. Now I understand why you start hating me whenever I say anything about him. I'm not hating you, Jungkook. I'm just telling you to stop bringing him in the middle. Stop paying attention to him. He's no one now. No, you always hated me because you still love him. He still owns your heart. When I'm here trying every possible way to keep you happy, you still only think about him. You saw tears in his eyes. Shut up. I already told you that I'm trying my best to move on. I need time. You flinched when he suddenly grabbed your arms. How much time will it take you? How was it my fault? Why I'm suffering? Is that because I love the woman who doesn't have any feelings for me? Because she loves her ex-lover who only used her? You were scared a little, but you were understanding his feelings. You are trying, but it is taking you time to open your heart for him. Jungkook, I told you I don't love him. Stop doubting and leave my arm. You are hurting me. If you don't love him, then why don't you let me come near you? Why don't you let me touch you? Why it is so hard for you to sleep on the same bed as I do? Jungkook was losing his control in anger, and you have realized that he was drunk because he already let his emotions out when he is not in his true senses. He started coming closer to you, and you were now getting afraid of him. Jungkook, I'm telling you that I'm trying. Please come to your senses. Step back. No, I don't believe you now. I can't wait now. I want to come closer to you. I want to feel you. You covered your ears and started crying. This was the very first time you saw the side of him, and he scared you. If you don't love him, then why does it bother you? Believe me, Ryan. You have no idea how much I'm breaking down inside. I'm loving you and you are pushing me away. I'm losing hope. Please, Jungkook, please go away. You are not in your senses, and I'm begging you. I've started to trust you, so please don't do anything that can break that trust. You were saying it while crying. That's not how it will work, Ryan. It's been 6 months. It hurts me when you flinch every time I accidentally touch you. It's like you feel disgusting about me, as if you were just here because we got married. You are just forcing yourself to stay with me. There is nothing like that, Jungkook. Trust me. He looked at you, his face was so close that you can feel his breath, and yes, he was drunk. Then let me kiss you. It won't be a problem, right? Without giving a chance, he forcefully leaned closer to kiss you, but you slapped him. I hate you. It's like as if he came back to his senses. He saw the fear in your eyes. He got scared and walked out of the room while you sat on your toes crying badly. Jungkook closed the door and walked near his bed. He was so angry and his eyes were teary and red. He is now tired of all this, tired of waiting when he sees no progress in this relationship. One time he gets hope that things will be okay because you have changed a little bit than before. You didn't talk to him at first, but now you are pretty comfortable around him, but not that much that you can let him come closer to you. The next day you were working in the kitchen, crying whole night. You have finally gathered yourself. You are mad at yourself and not at Jungkook. You know how much he did for you. He's trying to make you happy, but you're still stuck in the past. Yesterday he was not in his senses. He would never go against your will if he wasn't drunk, and maybe he was completely vulnerable at let his emotions take over him. You really got scared when he tried to kiss you. It's true that you are trying to accept him, but it is taking you time to completely trust anyone at this point. You love Jimin with all your heart. There were no other thoughts in your mind except him. You trusted him blindly only to be cheated by him, only to find that you are the other woman in his life. Although now he denies it, he says that it was all your father's plan to break you both apart. And it was true. Your father did this cheap thing to create hate for him inside you. That woman wasn't related to Jimin in any way, but she and slept with him that day, and next day you saw those pictures of them together. For some reason, Jimin was unable to explain, maybe because he was too shocked by himself and felt guilty, but when he explained himself, it was too late. For that, neither you will be able to forgive your parents nor yourself for not trusting him, but now you know that you can't be together. That trust has lost somewhere now, and although you know the truth now, but a doubt will always be in your head, so that's why you decided to accept your fate and trying to fall in love with Jungkook. You turned to put the pot on the table when you saw Jungkook. He stopped at the door when he saw you in the kitchen. He was not even looking at you, or maybe he realized what he did last night and now can't face you. I only came to get water. You were quiet for some time, but you want to clear things now, so you finally speak. I have prepared breakfast. I'm late for work. I will. Jungkook. The moment you called his name, he looked at you and you noticed tears in his eyes. Ryan, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for what I did yesterday. I was not in my senses and I drank a lot, so I couldn't control my emotions. You know that I'm not that type of guy. I know I scared you and I'm sorry. He started explaining himself, and you knew all he did last night was in drunken state. Living with him for 6 months now, you have found a lot about him. I know you would never do such things, but I have something to say. Believe me, I don't want to hurt you in any way. I know it's taking long. I know you have done so much for me, and believe me, I'm grateful. But I need time. Maybe it sounds stupid, but I still have to prepare myself before trusting someone. He chuckled weakly, making you look at him. I did not do anything. I'm just trying my best to make you feel that I love you. At first, I thought I shouldn't have married you. I started to regret because you didn't even look at me. But as things started becoming normal, didn't realize when I fell so deeply in love with you. The day you called my name, The day when you first look at me with those soft eyes. The day when you smiled because I cracked a stupid joke. I experienced it all. I kept falling for you. You wiped your tears and lowered your head. I'm sorry that I'm hurting you that much. Trust me, I want to love you. I want to live that normal life again. I want to trust someone, but I don't even know if I trust myself or not, and I don't want to break anyone's heart now. So you still love him? You read his eyes, you could see the fear that what would he do if you left him. You shook your head. No, to be honest, now I don't. He deserves better. Someone who can trust him, but don't expect me to hate him either, Jungle. Please, I've already hurt him. Please. And you covered your face with your hands because you couldn't control your tears. Forgive me, I didn't mean to make you cry. You removed your hands and looked at him. I will never leave. You have done so much for me. You were so pure, Jungkook, and I would never want to repeat that mistake again. Just give me time, please. I want to take it slow. He nodded. I don't know why you doubt me, and how will I make you understand that there's no such thing now? I have made him my past. Now, neither I want to meet him nor I want to talk about. It's only make me hate myself. I'm just too ashamed to face him. He started crying while he got up and came near you. It wasn't your fault. Don't blame yourself completely. Your family made you think that way. Even he didn't tell you what the truth was when you asked him. Don't take all the blame on yourself. But I should have trusted him. He hates me, but I don't want to repeat that mistake again. And that's why I want to build this relationship on trust and love. He smiled and nodded. I'll be with you in every decision of yours. Take your time, that day will definitely come. Three years later. I told you to not work late night, but you have promised to never listen to me. You took out the painkillers from the medicine box and poured some water in a glass before coming near him. Now take this medicine and rest. You will not going to work until you get well. Jungkook took the glass and held your hand, making your heart skip a beat. It's just a headache, love. Don't panic or worry too much. You sat down beside him. I will when you start listening to me. Now take these medicines. Don't make me repeat. Okay, Your Highness. He smiled and ate the medicine before giving you the glass. I hope now you are not mad. You nodded and put the glass on the table before standing up, but he grabbed your hand and made you sit again. Where are you going? To turn off the lights? Are you going to sleep like this? He chuckled and nodded while you smiled and turned off the lights before laying down beside him. Is it still aching bad? You said, putting your hand on his forehead while he smiled and shook his head. Not anymore. It's the magic of pills that you gave. You have become a professional liar. It's not even 5 minutes I gave you the medicine. He pulled you closer to him before securing his arms around your waist. But you always catch me. I forget every pain and worry when you lay down beside me. I can never get anything better than having you in my life. I love you, Jagi. He kissed your forehead while you smiled. And I can never thank myself enough for not giving up. Maybe I've never did anything worth in life, but I tried my best to love you, and here I am. I love you too, Jungkook. Finally, you both started to live the life you always wanted. It took you long to be able to love someone again, trust again, but you decided not to give up, and now Jungkook is your whole world. Finally, those days are over and their memories are painful but now look sweet. You tried, failed, again tried until you fall instead of failing. And now you are living the best life. You will never be able to forget how Jungkook patiently waited for you to love him. He was ready to wait, and now he's the most important person in your life. You both love each other. You completely recovered from your past, and now he's your present and future. Your world that you want to live in for the rest of your life.